tire. Monday, how are you today? I might move this microphone over. Oh, that's why I don't put it in that bucket. Oh, I should just stop. I didn't bring any tunes with me today. I think I decided I'm gonna need to get a new speaker. Not that anything's wrong with the other speaker. It's actually a good speaker. It's just, it's kind of large. It's one of the JBL, the Flip 5s, I think is what it's called. You know, good sound, good thump, good bass. Just a little bulky. So I might buy one of those JBL Clip 4s. We might give one of those a try. Let's see how far we can get on this trail. So I would like to have some Sunday tune vibes, but we just decided to go without it today. So you either get to hear me chatter a lot, or I might even do a little doo-wop. You'll see. Is this where the peacocks are? No, it's not. I think it's the next one. Let's see here. I think it's this one. Let's see. It may not be. Let's see. This may or may not be. Man, I don't even know what that song is. Nissan Dorma. Hey, Mr. Monk, are you still game for later this afternoon? I'm kind of planning and earmarking to be on between 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock. I've already kind of, okay, then, yeah, let me, there he is. There's that peacock. Where's he at? Hey, buddy. You gonna do some more screaming for us? Let's see. Oh. Let's see if this one even comes up on the camera. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't do a peacock scream. Can't sing. No entertainment, Mr. Peacock? Huh? No. Okay, so Mr. Monk, if you're game, I'll send you my Discord again, because I don't know, unless you just have it and you know how to get on it, but I didn't see, like, I guess what I'm usually used to is like a friend request as well, and maybe you didn't do that, I don't know. I got some friend request from somebody named Minty, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not you. Okay. So figure about 12:30, 1 my time. I'll plan on being in. If I can get in a little bit earlier, I'll get in there a little earlier, because I know you said something like, I believe like 1 o'clock my time is like 8 your time. So I'll be in there. Make sure my game is all patched up, updated, and it's been a long time since I've done any co-op. I mean, the last time I did co-ops was on Sniper Elite 4, and I know that the co-ops have changed, where you can co-op a mission, or you can do the same thing that the old game had, where you can co-op like waves and barrage of enemy forces. So I don't know if you played any of those or not. Okay, cool. Well, it'll be somewhat new to me. Like I said, I haven't done it in a while. I think I did jump in once on the new game, the Elite 5, doing the waves. Hello. I haven't tried the co-op mission though. Man, this headache still has not gone away. And if you get in before me, I would just recommend going in and I don't know that I want to try the co-op just yet, so maybe we'll jump in and do the waves. I don't know what it's called. In the multiplayer area, it's definitely not called co-op. Well, let me think about that. Actually, I don't even pay attention to me. I know that there's one badge or square that you click on and it'll take you into co-op, and the other one takes you into the waves, which the waves is fun. It's challenging because you're basically put in a position, and then waves of like, I think it's, want to say it's 12 enemy come after you. So then you got to take, you got to take that first wave out, and then all of a sudden the second wave comes out, third, and I forget, in order to complete it, you have to complete like Geez, I don't even remember how many waves. I want to say 10, but that seems a bit much. It could be 6, it could be 7, it could be 8. Drink enough water. Yeah, I need to remember that. I told my wife that yesterday, that even though I'm out here just kind of like pedaling slow and not really going hard, I'm still perspiring. I still gotta take in water, so I think even yesterday, knowing that, I didn't even finish. We were out for over an hour and a half and I didn't even finish one full bottle. And one, you should, whether it's low intensity, high intensity, you should be drinking down at least one bottle per hour. So with that said, let me get my first swig here. No, it won't be hard. It really depends on what level of difficulty setting we set it on. Most of the people I've played with in the past, I usually jump on hardcore servers, so you don't get all the additional little help with aiming and all that. So we won't do that. We'll do something sort of medium skill level, especially since I haven't played it in a couple of months. Oh, you know what? Monday, you're probably on to something. Although I do think my headache, I got a bit of a kink in my neck and shoulder. It just feels like it's radiating like up my neck and my side all the way up to my forehead, right? You know, like going right through up my neck, through past my eardrum, my ear, like right into the side of my head or forehead. So I really tried to roll that kink out and before I left, and well, didn't quite finish it, and it's like but I don't doubt at all that I'm sure some of the hydration has to do with it as well. Well, today I put padded bib shorts under my cargo shorts here, just to make sure my tushiga is a bit tender from the ride there the other day. Yesterday, I should say. I told my wife, I was like, we're not going to be gone that long. It's like, I don't need the bib or the padded shorts. Oh, hell. I was aching. Dude, Steve, how's it going? Looks like we still got a bit of mud everywhere. What kind of watch I got on? It's not my fancy schmancy Fossil watch. It's just a regular old Garmin Vivo Active 3. So Monday, have you ever heard of the term double wristing? And let's not let our mind go into the gutter here. I mean, I've heard the term double fisting, which even that can go in the gutter, but double fisting usually means like when you're holding 2 beers. But double wristing, I looked it up, it's when people want to still wear a really nice mechanical timepiece, watch, I should say for the layman. I didn't even sound all fancy schmancy calling it a timepiece. You know, so you would go ahead and wear your nice timepiece on your, dominant hand, and then you wear your fitness tracker, smartwatch on your non-dominant, so that you can still, track stats and things like that. And then you get to use your, nice mechanical timepiece, because I do have I'm not going to say I have a stupid, expensive collection, but I'm a fossil collector. I like fossil watches. Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go across to the Unser Museum there, y'all. I'm gonna try. Let's see, yeah. Traffic is heavy. Timepiece. So y'all, this is I'm sure everybody's familiar with the Unsers. Al Unser Jr., which they actually have a home not too far, one of the roads that I ride over there on Rio Grande Boulevard. They actually had a nice home over there. I think they still do live over there. But anyways, this is their museum. They used to put one of their Indy cars right out here on this pad, but we don't put that out here anymore. Let's ride up here and take a look at some of this stuff. I've never been in here. So here's a car getting pretty deteriorated here. It looks like it's made out of marble. You can see that it's definitely got some wear on it. I'd hate to even touch it, man. You could probably just like put a little pen screwdriver in there, and it would probably just chip and break all apart. Pretty cool. And of course, we've got a IndyCar wheel over here. That's really cool. Anyways, let's continue on with our ride. Eight at a time on swatches. Wow, that's pretty amazing. I would have to tell my daughter that I bought her first swatch when we were in Las Vegas this last trip. Took her by the swatch store. I bought her some Fossil sunglasses at the Fossil store, and then we went over to the swatch store, and she didn't pick the swatch that I thought she would pick, though. I thought she would pick something kind of cool, vibrant, classic maybe. Oh no, she went with like elegant type, like dressy Fancy schmancy, I would call it. Yeah, she picked a nice one. Like, okay, that's what you want. That girl just surprises the heck out of me sometimes. What, like, her style of clothing, what she will wear, what I think she would want versus what she actually picks. It's just crazy. Oh, Mr. Monk. It's something only boomers like myself would know. I think I fall in the boomer class. Actually, I think I'm like Gen X or something. I don't know. Man, Swatch, that was a thing of the 80s, wasn't it? And they're still popular to this day. I almost bought one. I was looking at some really nice Swatch timepieces there when I went there. And something is something is beeping in my backpack. I'm kind of curious what it is. My signal's not dropping out, so that's good. G-Shocks. Which is that a Swatch line? I'm not totally familiar with the Swatch lines, but that sounds like a Swatch line. So I remember I was looking at so many different lines there, and I was like, man, there was some cool stuff. They had these really big face mechanical looking ones that were like in these vibrant greens and blues, yellows, pinks. Oh, by Casio, okay. Yeah, that's another collectibles type watch for sure. All right, which way is this lady gonna go? I hope she goes right. Please go right. Go right, go right. She's gonna go. Which way is she going? Left or right? Left or right? Left or right? She's going right. Ah. I got the dirt. Sucker. Sucker. Yeah, Google always helps. It's like you, oh man, you're too young to have the forgettable disease like me, where like you remember a term and then somebody kind of questions you back and I was like, damn it, I forgot. Like you know, but yet you forget. I believe Monday it has something to do with being old or getting older. I think they call it like loss of memory. For me, I call it being married too many times. Because you all know the first thing you lose when you get married, right? Oh shoot, I can't remember what that was. Ha ha, that was a joke. Alright, I'm gonna drink some water. Drink more water. Man, I haven't seen that guy in a long time. I've just been wondering, just like, a guy just passed by. I rode with him once, and then all of a sudden he just like disappeared off the planet. And there he is, out here riding. I'm gonna have to text him and say, hey man, what's up? Where you been? Been worried about you. I see, I don't even really know him. We just kind of follow each other on Strava and kind of giving each other kudos and comments back and forth on our rides. And this one day we kind of, you know, can't say kinda anymore. One day we met up and went for a ride. Long form talks. Yeah. Usually takes about half a sentence for me. Nowadays. Well, man, I'd have to say so far I'm pretty impressed with this. All right, Mushy, thanks for stopping in. Enjoy your Sunday ride. Gotta tell you, I think this is ride number 2 on this particular configuration here. Using wireless RMTP on the video. So no more HDMI cable, no more capture card. And wireless to 2 of the modems, which has helped with eliminating cables and drawing additional power from the Bella box. That's good to know. I do think, in my humble opinion, there is a slight video degrade not running direct HDMI. I watched the VOD from yesterday and compared it to a couple others, and it just seemed slightly pixelated, and it really depended on what exactly you're looking at. So like asphalt, gravel, cement, this sort texture like right out here in front had sort of a, it's not even a full-on pixelation. It's just a slight blurry. It is definitely pixelation. You talking about the young girl that was zooming by, or ahead of me, way back there? Nope. I haven't seen that guy in a while either. Yeah, it kind of comes in and out too, and I do notice that it does have something to do with movement, because if I come to a stop You know, it does change what's happening. And I think, you know, it's fine. I don't think there's any reason to change it and see if bumping up to 60 frames helps. I'm just going to leave it at 30 and call it good, you know? I think for this last part of this ride, I'm going to drop in here and go through the Bosque. One, I want to do a little bit of a test because in here I've been constantly having some what do you call it, signal loss, dropouts. Hang on a sec, somebody put a long text in here and I don't have, it's probably just too much data process on the fly. Yep, actually happens with video. Yeah, that happens with me too on if I play some games where, like trying to give an example, when I play Warzone or Vanguard, you know, like the team deathmatch where like everything's just bam, 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 really fast. The whole thing kind of blurs. Even though I'm running, you know, on my home PC, I'm able to run, you know, up to 60 frames per sec to try to prevent that. Wow, look at all this. This here is really filled in. All this green right here. You used to be able to stand here and you kind of just look at all of this here. Also, I'm not seeing any issues with signal dropping out, which is kind of a good sign. So I really think switching to two Wi-Fi connections to the modems on two of the modems has really been beneficial. All right, let me see what the modems are doing here. I'm curious. Okay, so all three modems are running. Looks like the AT&T is running 32 kilobits. The Sprint is running 1700 kilobits. The Verizon's running 2500 kilobits, all for a total of 7,000 kilobits. So no problems with the modems. That's good. God, I like that. And the GoPro app is staying very strongly connected. That's not where I want to go. I want to go hit this one up here. Good. Yeah, Monday, 3 modems. Crazy what we people do to provide a quality stream. I'm not even profiting on this. This is just, as I was telling Tom, I was like, kind of recall telling him in Chicago, like, I think we know that the two of us, we're not getting rich on Twitch dollars. So really, this is just fun and kind of just another expensive hobby. although my little side business really kind of helps pay and finance for it, so it doesn't really even come out of like my main income. I think I see a little bit of bit rate loss happening there. Yeah, still a little bit rate loss through there. There's definitely some areas in there that I'm always aware of where they're at, but just find it so unusual that 3 different services, 3 different providers, 3 different modems can't keep a connection in some areas. Yeah. Twitch campers. I don't know what you mean by Twitch campers. When I hear the term campers, it could be one of 2 things. Either people that are actually in a tent or car camping, or for me commonly referred to as like when you're playing a video game and somebody's camping a spawn point. All right, so I am going to head over to Bike and Coffee. I don't think I'm going to get anything to eat today. I suppose I could. I bought stuff last night to make, I call them like gourmet hot dogs. And I have a couple left. I'm sure my youngest daughter will want one. But what I usually do is buy, to make a I'm planning one there Monday, just so you're just FYI. I got some mountains in mind that I know there would be a signal, and here locally, and we're just kind of waiting for the right time to take the trailer out. You're okay. You're good. You're good. Thanks. I waited a little bit longer to hit this open spot. So these gourmet hot dogs, I make them. So what it consists of is you gotta buy brioche buns, okay? Not a regular hot dog bun. It's gotta be a brioche bun. And you gotta have premium hot dogs. And what I mean by premium, I'm not talking about Nathan's or anything like that, where, you know, those are good. I usually buy hot dogs that are like really thick, you know, premium Angus beef. There's one package I usually buy is from Smith. I think they actually call it a brisket hot dog. Then you got to have, of course, some mustard, sandwich sliced pickles, and some sharp cheddar cheese. So my favorite thing to do is just I heat up the hot dogs. It's just simple. It's just kind of, you know, blast them in the microwave just a little bit. You know, you're not trying to totally cook them. You just want to get them, you know, warmed up. And then from there, I take the hot dog, put it on a fork, or if you just happen to have one of those stoves that has, you know, the grill in the center section. I do have one, but I don't use it. So I tend to put my hot dogs on forks and just put it on the burner, you know, flame burner, and just char them a bit. Now on the bun, the brioche bun, I put down my mustard, I put down the sandwich slice pickles, you know, so open up the bun, put the sandwich slice down, and then the cheese has to go last. And when you do the cheese, you gotta cover the pickle. So generally it's like taking a cheddar cheese slice, splitting it in two, and then kind of laying it across the bun or across the pickle. And the reason for that is that when you take your charred hot dog, you put it in the bun, it comes in contact with that cheese, and it'll just kind of, it's not going to completely melt it, but it's just going to give it warm it up a little bit, give it a little chewier bite versus, you know, crunching a piece of, you know, cheese off in your bite. Oh man, but you want to talk about a good hot dog? That is it right there. What I just described. I might even take a picture of one today if I make one. Let's see. So what I'll do, I'll head up here. If the line is not too long, I might grab something to eat. And it is kind of early, so most of the time this place doesn't get hopping on the food line until closer to 11 or so. Let's see here. Oh no, it's long line. Long line. Yeah, I don't know if I want to deal with that today. Bummer. Yeah, I don't want to do the line. Let's just listen to some tunes for a bit. All right, have fun, Mushy. Go down on this other side so we can take a look at this band here. Looks like they might be taking a break. Line is going down, but I really do need to get back. Let's see if they can do another song here. We'll head home. It is really humid today. Well, sorry about that, folks. I was trying to capture that whole song there without, you know. Good morning to you. But right at the end of that tune, like literally right on the last note, the whole thing, the video disconnected. So A little bit unusual. So we're back, we're live. Hopefully shouldn't have any more dropout issues. I'm not even sure why it dropped out. So we're gonna head on home. I think we're gonna go a different way too. Gotta get home. Gotta finish up my my presentation for my meeting in Phoenix next week. I was working on it since 4 o'clock this morning. I worked on it yesterday a bit in the morning and woke up early again and try to put in some of the finishing touches, final bits of data, getting the wheel off. It's not quick connect tire. I removed the disc brake cap, but the wheel won't move. It's not a quick connect tire. So in other words, you mean like a quick release. So is it a through axle? I'm trying to imagine what possible setup you could have that you couldn't pull the wheel off. If you got a disc brake, it could either be quick release or through axle. Let's see. I've removed the disc brake and the wheel end cap, but the wheel won't move. Man, oh man, you got me on that. The only thing I could possibly think of, wow, that should be all there is to it, man. So just so you know, I'm not totally familiar with through axles. I don't have any bikes with through axles. I've just not upgraded any of my bikes to that at all. I'm not a big fan. The only thing that I could possibly question is now, because on traditional quick release, you have those tangs on the outside that tend to hold the wheel in. So I'm not familiar enough with through axles to know, do they put tangs on the inside? I would imagine they would need to be smooth, just, you know. Dude, Steve, I can't really say I can help you on that one. And 6439538. I got to come up with a nickname for you. The presentation is on training. It's a director's meeting with our vice president, so pretty much I'm going to give current status on training. Oh man, I think did I go too far? I think I might be a little bit lost. We'll see. I wasn't paying attention to streets, and I know somewhere around here you kind of gotta make a jog right or left to get out of this neighborhood. So it's a presentation on current state of training, year-to-date numbers, statuses. I'm going to talk a little bit about where we are in current web-based development, our hands-on skills development, essentially what my regional team has been doing out on the field, how many training hours, what types of classes, how many classes. Then going to go into a little discussion on challenges of training workforce. As I was digging through my data the last 3-4 days on what the training team's been doing, just some really unusual numbers of, okay, I am definitely lost. I'm pretty sure I can get out of here, but let's see here. What I've discovered in the numbers is that out of, we'll just call it 700 mechanics, okay? Because the numbers are something like 696 mechanics that we have, which is really low. I mean, a while ago, we were up to like 800, 850, and it's come down. And we have a lot of open requisitions right now. But anyways, to the point, 700 mechanics. And one of my training strategies this year is to stay highly focused on hands-on skills. That includes electrical troubleshooting, use of multimeter, even advanced diagnostics, software, OE software. Even advanced classes like fault code troubleshooting and check engine lights, and refrigerated trailer training, carrier Thermo Kings, HVAC, heating, ventilation and cooling, HVAC, troubleshooting, performance troubleshooting, the whole slew of skills that truck mechanics need. How many trucks? We're currently sitting around, I can't remember the last number Monday, I think it's somewhere around 15,000 trucks. And that does include like 5,000 owner operators and 10,000 company trucks. So anyways, the strategies like upskilling, hands-on skills this year with a major concentration. I mean, my team is hitting the ground hard with training. But as I was looking at the enrollments, and let's say that this year we've, by the half year, we put roughly 300 people through hands-on training in a good variety of it, all in those major troubleshooting categories. And out of those 300, I think it was something like 174 of them were just hired in the last 2 years. So 2020, 2021, and to the latter part of this, what we've got going on here in 2022. So, with that being said, where my concern is, of half the people that we put through training, they were all hired through this 2-year period of where we were dealing with pandemic. Essentially, no traveling, no getting out, no hands-on training. We were doing things mostly virtual. virtual training. And so therefore our skill levels have drastically dropped in our shops, and I have a dashboard that allows me to see that. And then when I narrow down my data even further, those 170 some people, and narrow down to our, I don't want to call it our core, but because core to me means something different, but our core of advanced troubleshooting, you know, the main issues we have in the shop, which are check engine lights, software, emission systems, things like that. Out of those 74, I think the number was 88 of those people were hired between 2021 and 2022. So, and then break down the data even further, you know, we got different classifications of technicians. You got Fleet Mechanic 1, Fleet Mechanic 2, Fleet Mechanic 3. Now, a majority of those 148, I think it was, when you filter down to just those core troubleshooting ones, I think, can't remember the balance of numbers, but a majority of them were in Fleet Level 1, which means they're new. They have some roughly 1 to 2 years experience, somewhere in that ballpark. And then there's a good amount of numbers in the Fleet Level 3, which Fleet Level 3 is, you know, about 5 years experience. Okay, so the challenge that we have here is that the workforce we're bringing in is not as skilled as it was several years ago. When you brought somebody in experienced, they at least knew what they were doing on a truck. And we don't have that nowadays. I just listened to some of the feedback of some of my guys. I was talking to one of my trainers out in the West Coast, California area, and he mentioned that some of the people he's training are Fleet Level 1. They just started with us. One guy was just a chef right before he started with us. But we hired him because he, you know, in his resume, he claimed to have some, you know, mechanical experience, because we'll take it. Believe me, it's not, we can't just kind of pick the cream of the crop of highly skilled truck and diesel mechanics anymore. You gotta pick the people that have some mechanical sense and try to give them the knowledge and the skills. And even the level 3s, I see a challenge even with them where, you know, they might have the 5 years experience or just came right in, came in from another fleet, but you're still dealing with a lot of knowledge and skill gaps where they may be familiar with AC, but they're not proficient at troubleshooting or understand like how to read a non-condensable gas chart, how to read a AC performance chart based on ambient temperature and humidities, and understand whether your low or high pressures are set correctly. So anyways, I know I'm kind of dragging on because I've been thinking about this all day. It's like the things I'm saying now are really talking points in the presentation for the directors of maintenance that are going to have some sense and knowledge of what I'm talking about. But the point I'm getting at is we're dealing with a different workforce, trying to bring in those skills, and so what I need to bring to all the other maintenance directors' attention is that we need them to make sure that if we're bringing the training in, we're traveling, we're training, we're bringing it in, we're taking time from the mechanics productivity hours to put them in 4-hour, 6-hour, 8-hour classes, that we need the leaders, the shop leaders buy-in to make sure that they understand the training, they're involved with the training, they understand what some of the expectations are that we're giving them from the training. And then the shop has to provide a steady diet of those different types of jobs that require them to exercise those new skills and knowledge that we've given them. It's that old saying, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. I mean, we can teach a mechanic how to proficiently, and when I say proficiently, our classes are certification type. So when we're done, we ensure a mechanic demonstrates the knowledge and the skills to perform those tasks. And we do that by putting different bugs in the truck. They have to exercise those skills and troubleshoot the sensors, systems, use software, come up with the solutions. So it's demonstrated skills, certification type skills, but we need the shops to continue to give them a steady diet of attacking those different issues, you know. In our class, we can only give so many different scenarios, but we can't give every scenario. So we try to make sure that it's a good round or a good base knowledge of the different types of sensors, whether it's 2-wire sensors, 3-wire sensors, 4-wire sensors, because part of the reason why we don't give like every single scenario out there is because when things fail electronically, it's really a handful of things within the realms of the operation of the sensor. So as an example, a temperature sensor are generally always 2-wire sensors. They fail one of maybe 5 ways. And 2 of the ways really are not even failures. They're just whether the temperature is too low or temperature is too high. So if you got an overheating engine, it switches over to an FMI. Well, no, it won't even have an FMI. It's just registering a high temp. But when they fail with like failure mode identifiers of 3 or 4, essentially low voltage, high voltage, that's an indication of whether it's shorting low, meaning that positive wire shorted to ground, or it's something to that effect, or high voltage would be that it's open, almost like the sensor is unplugged. It doesn't necessarily mean the sensor has to be unplugged. So we teach those techniques on each type of sensor. And then when it comes to a pressure sensor, we teach, again, the same concept. How does that 3-wire sensor work? It doesn't matter whether it's an oil pressure sensor, it's an emission sensor where it's sensing pressure before or after the catalyst. It's a pressure sensor regardless. So you have to get out of your mind like, oh, it's an emission sensor, it's a oil pressure sensor, it's on the engine versus the emission sensor. It doesn't matter, it's a pressure sensor, it's 3 wires. So same thing, they have their operational range to indicate the various pressures. So, you know, if a pressure sensor is somewhere between 0.25 to 4.25 volts, that's generally its normal operating range. So a lower voltage on the scale is just going to indicate a lower pressure. A higher voltage is going to indicate a higher pressure. But once it goes above that operational range, let's say, you know, 4.25 is to 4.25 to 5 volts is above its operational range, then that sensor is going to log an FMI, a failure mode identifier 3, for high voltage. If it falls below 0.25 to 0 volts, then it's going to log an FMI 4 for low volts. So anyways, I know I'm dragging out. The point I'm trying to make is that sensor is sensor, doesn't matter where it is on the truck. So we try to get those concepts across, give some different real world scenario, troubleshooting scenarios, but that technician has to have a steady diet of those various types of jobs coming at him to become more proficient with those skills. Now, if that shop leader or shop manager, we call them shop leaders, we don't call them shop managers, shop leader continues to go to his go-to guy, then, and not give it to, say, this fleet level 2 guy or lead level 1 guy that we just taught the skills. If he doesn't give it to him, he's not going to learn and become proficient. So anyways, that's what I'm going to be talking about. I know I went on a bit. This has been heavy on my mind for the last couple of days. The challenge that my team has, and part of it came up because, you know, I was listening to the feedback of one of my guys. He called me when I was on my way out of Denver on a business trip, and he was letting me know that he said, like, well, I think I got my first person to fail a class. I was like, well, what do you mean? He says, well, you said that these classes are certification type, that what we're signing off on, we're not just giving people credit for attending the class. We do not. Okay, so he said, well, so if a person is clearly not getting the concepts and not able to demonstrate that he understands it, we don't issue the credit for the class. And I was like, yeah, that's right. And so I know this guy that works for me. I mean, he's one of my best instructors on the team. And so I questioned him on this. I was like, did we do this? Did we do that? Like, yeah. So digging a little deeper, it's like, okay, well, what level is this guy? Well, he's level 1. And come to find out that the guy, when we hired him, he was literally spraying bugs at Terminix. So we hired a real green guy that is now I'm sure in his interview, like, he demonstrated some mechanical sense. That's what I was talking about earlier. You know, if you got some mechanical sense, we're going to take you and we're going to train you and teach you how to fix our stuff. But yeah, so we had our first guy that, you know, my instructor, team member, he was just, I don't feel confident signing him off and saying that he understands how to use his multimeter and understands basic electrical troubleshooting concepts. I was like, okay, well, just make sure you put it in your wrap-up report. Copy me, the director, the shop leader, it is what it is. So then we need to put a plan for follow-up, put together a plan for follow-up with that mechanic so that hopefully he's prepared for the next time we come through and bring that class again. So that's what we did. So that's one of the subjects I'll be talking about. I think I'm gonna change directions here. There are horses coming over there, and I don't want to go disturb them because generally you got to be pretty good about horse etiquette if you're on a bike. You know, either stop, you know, ask them how you want me to proceed. So yeah, that's one of many topics. The other topic is going to be the leadership training series that I've been doing all year. That's one of the programs that I do, is working with the shop leadership, teaching classes twice a month, every month we do it for the first 9 months of the year. Different leadership topics. So I'll be talking a little bit about that, where we are, current state of what the leadership training looks like, and already kind of thinking and talking about what our plans are for next year. What are we going to do next year? Jump on the sidewalk here. So, I know I rambled on a bit. If anything, that kind of helped me I've already talked through a little bit more about what I want to talk about and focus on for the meeting next week. So whoever asked me that, I think it was the numbers guy, or person I should say. 6438953 Thanks for asking the question, because super lengthy response, but it helped me, like I said, kind of talk through in my mind what I want to talk about on some of the slides. I was actually visualizing some of the slides as I was talking about that. All right, everyone, so this is coming up on my usual spot here where I shut my stream down. So once again, appreciate y'all hanging out with me for the afternoon. And we're gonna call it quits up here. So we'll see you on the next one. So my next one, just so you're aware, I'm gonna be leaving to Phoenix tomorrow morning. So I do plan to take all my stream gear and stream for the whole drive to Phoenix, and then I'm going to have it out there with me while I'm in Phoenix. Maybe try to get a bike ride in. I don't know how that's going to go. We got a pretty busy day on Tuesday with the meetings, and then of course kind of a day to hang out with the vice president of the maintenance and go to Top Golf, stuff like that. Usual business meeting stuff. So anyways, Thank you all. We'll see you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. See you Monday.